Good morning. It is April 15th, 2020. I wanted to read a story that I'm going to put in the plant garden section of our Google Classroom. And I wanted to talk a little bit about some experiments I'm doing. So let me go ahead and read this first and then talk about a couple things that we're going to be watching over the next few weeks. So this is called Seed to Plant. This was in our Science Center, and it is a information book. It's not a story. It's information about how seeds turn into plants. Okay. It says, what is a plant? A plant is a living thing. It stays in one place, but it grows and changes just like you. So plants are living things. Okay. Plants can be big or small. Some have flowers. Others also grow fruit. Trees are plants too. Plants are a big part of our world. Farmers grow fruits and vegetables, and these plants give us food. Miss B's going to go to the farmer's market tonight to get some fruits and vegetables, and they come from people that grow them. The farmers are growing the fruits and vegetables, and they bring them to the farmer's market for people to buy. Some plants can be used to make clothing, like the cotton plant. Your t-shirt, like the one Miss B is wearing, is made out of cotton. Some plants can actually be cozy homes for animals, like this little brown bear who's sleeping in a tree, the hole of a tree. Okay, so plants can be food, plants can make clothing, and plants can be shelter for animals. Now you can use your body to remember the parts of a plant. So look at this little girl, okay? Where her feet is, that is the roots of the plant. The roots of the plant actually grow down into the ground to keep the plant in one place, okay? And then her body is like the stem of the plant. And the stem stands up, and her arms are like the leaves of the plant. Okay? Here you see on this side a plant. The roots hold the plant in the ground. The stem helps the plant stand up tall. And the leaves actually have a job. They soak up the sunlight. We're going to talk about that, how they do that. So how does a plant begin? Well, plants start as a little seed. That looks like this. The seed, when it's given the correct amount of sunlight and water and soil, they split open, the seed splits open, and a shoot pushes out. This is called germination. So it's like the plant was asleep inside the seed, and when it's given the right environment, it will open up and start to grow. And a new plant is beginning. Okay, a seedling starts to grow. Here's the progress of some growth. A seedling starts to grow, and the roots really start to grow first. They automatically go down into the soil to make a sturdy place for that plant to grow. After the roots have grown, then the stem starts to push up and it allows the stem to be able to stand up because it has a good root system. Okay, and the leaves grow, and then if there's any vegetable or fruit, it usually starts as a blossom. Notice as the plant gets bigger, so does the roots. The roots get bigger as the plant grows. Okay, so it gives it more stability to grow. Just like you, a plant grows bigger and bigger, and the roots spread out down into the soil. The stem gets thicker and stronger. More leaves and branches grow. Okay, so there you see some kids watering in a garden. And you see a little tree growing. Soil is actually the top layer of earth that plants grow in, okay? Now, what plants need? Water and some food come from the soil. The roots, look at the roots of that tree. They soak up the water and the nutrients that are in the soil. So if you think of the roots as being tiny little straws that drink up the water, and if there's any nutrients and vitamins, fertilizer, compost that's in the soil, that helps feed the tree also. Sunlight and air enter the leaves. The leaves have a job of absorbing sunlight and air. Plants use them to make more food. Plants need space to grow. Now, as the water is absorbed through the roots, it is carried up the stem to the rest of the plant. So those leaves also, the water that the roots are drinking, make it all the way up to the leaves. The stem or the trunk of the tree is like a little elevator, and the water goes up into the plant and feeds all its parts. So it takes all of the plant's parts in order for the plant to survive. They have to work together. Okay, so let's talk about some flowers. Oh, here's my kitty cat. He's coming to hear this story. Sorry. So let's talk about how a flower blooms. Many plants grow flowers. They start as a bump called a bud. The bud slowly opens up and petals gently unfold. And then, surprise, there's a flower. Okay, and you'll notice inside the flower are some, we'll talk about that too, how this flower can be pollinated by our friends the bees and the butterflies and birds to help more flowers grow. Here we go, talking about pollen. Flowers make a sticky powder called pollen. It's like yellow stuff that is so over everything in the springtime, but it's really important. Pollen sticks to birds and bees when they fly from flower to flower. There's a big picture of a bumblebee. Bumblebees are very, very important for spreading pollen. They have a very important job. Then the pollen rubs off on other flowers, and this is called pollination. It helps flowers to make seeds, and those seeds will grow into new flowers. Pollination is moving of pollen from one flower to another. Now, plants keep seeds in different places. Many plants grow a case around the seeds, and the case is called a pod. Peas, like the peas that you eat, grow in a pod. A maple tree seed grows in a pod. So you can see the the pea pod, and here's a maple tree pod. Orange seeds are different. Their seeds actually grow inside the fruit. So when you eat the fruit, you can save the seeds to plant later. A strawberry actually has its seeds on the outside. Those little black dots are actually strawberry seeds. Now the seeds, some seeds take trips. Some float in the wind. Others are carried away by animals. The seeds fall to the ground and soon they sprout or germinate and a new plant begins. Here you see a bird carries a berry with a seed inside. A squirrel holds a large seed. And this is a dandelion. If you've ever blown and made a wish on a dandelion, all those little individual fluffy things are seeds. So you're actually helping that to spread. They're usually spread by the wind. People and animals eat plants to stay healthy. How many plants did you eat today? So this panda bear is eating a bamboo plant. That's their favorite thing to eat. This little girl is eating a watermelon that grows. That's a fruit that comes from a plant. Okay. Now this is has some steps to planting seeds, and we're definitely going to be doing that over the next couple weeks. I really I love plants. I love growing things. So I'm really excited about starting our little garden. I wish I could have you guys here to do it with you, and but I will just make do with what we have. One thing I wanted to talk to you about is last night I made a salad, and I saved, and Mommy and Daddy can do this very easily. When you buy lettuce, romaine lettuce, not a head of lettuce, but romaine lettuce, if you cut off, this is called the heart. This is the part you really don't eat. So if Mommy and Daddy cut this part off, use the top to make the salad, and then set this in a cup of water and put it in a place where it gets some sun, you will see the romaine lettuce start to regrow. And we're going to watch it right now. I just did this last night, so you don't see any growth, but we're going to be watching it over the next couple weeks to see how it regrows. Now this is not something you can plant in the dirt and regrow the whole thing, but it'll grow little leaves that you can also use on a sandwich, or whatever you may be making tacos, and you can use the little leaves to cut up and use on your taco. All right, and then another thing that regrows is celery. So I took the bottom part of the celery, I cut it off, and used, of course, the top part for my salad. And this will also regrow. So you do the same thing. You set it in a cup of water, put it in a place where it's going to get some sun, and we will start seeing the celery regrow. Okay? Same thing with the lettuce. You can't plant it and have all new celery grow, but you can regrow a little bit, and it is edible until it starts to go to seed. But it's just fun to watch it continue to grow. So we're going to be watching that. Later this week, I'd like to get some little cups of soil, some ideas of planting things that, if you would like to do this at your house, some easy things that grow rather quickly are lima beans. You can just get regular lima beans from the store that are uncooked and plant those. Chia seeds, if anybody has any chia seeds in the pantry, those are super fun to grow. They grow really fast, and grow them in a pot. And those are actually something you can, if mommy and daddy want to trim those and use them on in a smoothie or on their salad or whatever. And another thing that's really fun to grow is grass. If you get a pot and put some soil and some grass seeds and cover it up and keep them watered and in a sunny spot, then the grass will grow. And what's really fun about that is you can give, just like daddy or mommy mows the lawn, you can give your little plant haircuts every week and it'll keep growing. So those are 3 ideas of things that you can do at home. You just need little pots or little cups, anything that you can, in a sunny place to put it, someplace in a windowsill or someplace where you can keep an eye on it and it gets some sun and a little bit of water each day. So it's a fun thing to do with your kids. But as I get the garden ready, I'll be uploading some videos of how to prepare our garden and what kind of things we will plant. Not everything I'm going to start from seed because it would take a long time for it to really produce anything. So I may be just getting some young plants that are just starting off and planting them so we can see the fruit or the vegetables that they produce. Okay? All right. Well, have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.